Hello everyone, welcome back to Medieval Dynasty in the Valley and our continuing journey. It's been a little while, so I think it's about 6 seasons since I was last on. It's currently the last day of spring, the 5th year I believe. We'll go through a bit of a recap in a moment. The first thing I wanted to do was just to kind of quickly go through, I mentioned about NPC quests and Herald quests on the last video, but also you get quests from your beloved, your wife. So I can see where she is. As you can see, our village is growing, and I'll do a bit more of a tour in a moment. But here we are. There's our wife here. So she's got an exclamation mark. So I'll have a quick chat to her. And just ask a few questions. So basically, this is kind of talking about having a good evening between ourselves. So it's kind of like it's a side quest to get some bits and pieces done. So basically, if we go into the journal, so we need to collect some wine from Gostovia. We've got 2 seasons to do this in, so we'll probably do this in the summer season. Because I need to head over to see Alwyn anyway to finish off that quest. We're not far away from finishing that completely. I think there's one element left to go on Alwyn's quest. So we'll do both of them at the same time on the first day of summer shortly. Just going back to NPC quests and Herald quests and how you identify them. So they're in the map. And if you go down to the legend on the right hand side, you can see here the Herald is like got a trumpet above it, and new quests have got a slightly different color exclamation mark. So if you go into, say, Gostovia, you will see that there are 2 people that have NPC quests. Now these quests can range from dealing with wolves and animals nearby, or collecting goods such as tools or clothing or items to make clothing, and all of these help towards increase your reputation, dynasty reputation. And when you do them, it's entirely up to you. I mean, at the moment, I'm kind of sort of like holding back on the NPC quests, and looking at the map, I don't think there's even a Herald quest at the moment either. No, he's down here. The Herald quests would appear in a tavern. So that would either be Gostovia or Hornica. And once you do them, if you do them successfully, then you get favour with the king, which means you pay less taxes, whilst that king is still king. So whilst, in this case, Roland the First is still king, then potentially you will get lower taxes to pay, which is always a benefit as you go along. So again, at the moment, I'm going to hold back on any NPC quests purely and simply because if I go into my management screen, I've got 8,000 reputation, which is more than enough for what I need for the number of villages I currently have. In fact, that will probably cover me another 10 villages, if not more. So I'm going to hold fire on that for the time being. But we will obviously get to do our wife's quest. If you don't do that, you will suffer with reputation. And it's the same with any quest. If you fail the quest, your reputation goes down. So it's better to kind of not to take one on if you're not ready to do it. What else has happened? So this is our list of villages, and we now have 3 children in the village. So as you can see, there are 3 mothers down here. Now, looking at their ages, the one at the top, they turned 1, I believe, in the winter, and Edberger turned 1 in the spring. Now that would mean that another year, these 2 will become 2, and then obviously what will happen is that the mothers will then become available again. However, it's been a busy village as we've got 3 more pregnant ladies due to give birth within the next couple of seasons, so that's going to take a big hit. So straight away there's 2 from the extraction shed and a lumberjack that's going to come out of your work detail. Now we could probably replace with 1 because Gertruda has got extraction level 3, but the other 2 don't. Malwina's got quite low across the board, and Gerarda is hunting skills of 3, So given that the fact that the only other hunter that's female at the moment is this one, the other two are male, the likelihood is that we wouldn't be able to need to use her in there as well. We could put her in there because it's forward to the shed, the hunter shed, but you know, we might want to use them elsewhere. But then to do that, we could probably take this one out and use them in production, which may then help. So it could be a bit of kind of like all moving around at that point. So that's kind of a kind of brief update as far as the town is concerned. Whether we are on the map, the general quests we've gone over. So in relation to season end, there's a tip that I haven't mentioned before, and to be honest, it hasn't really crossed my mind until recently, and that is when you're carrying food. So for example here, these carrots currently have a condition of about 60%. If they were to be in the food storage, next season they would go down to 50% and so on. And it's the same with like here, pears, they're currently 100%, they'd probably go down to about 87 if they stayed in the food storage. My tip to you, if you are carrying food that's not been eaten before the end of the season, so prior to the end of today, if I haven't finished all this food off, and to be honest, I'm not going to really need it because I've got quite a bit here anyway, put it back in the food storage. The reason is if you have it in your own inventory, the difference in condition drop is massive. So for example, this carrot will come down to about 30%, and then you start seeing poisoning and all that. These pears will probably come down to about 50% because it hasn't got the storage benefit by being in your inventory. The best thing I would say is if you've got food that you want to sell, like these pears, if I don't use them, which is likely that I won't, I will put them back into the food storage. I can always take them back again tomorrow. And it's the same, as I said, with the carrots. Although the carrots, because I've got quite a few carrots, I might put them into the compost bin and make fodder out of them. Because putting them in the last day, again, means that basically by summer tomorrow, you will see straight away what will happen on that basis. So what else is going to happen for today? It's going to be more about decorations and installation today. As I said, I'm not going to head into Gostovia until tomorrow. Now, again, in the previous video, I mentioned that insulation will reduce the amount of firewood you need, which is always going to be a positive. Not only does that, it helps the mood of your villages. Additionally, your decoration to your housing as well will make a difference. Now, decoration is something that kind of comes at a later date in regard to technology. So let's just go into this house first of all. Oh, and here we are. We have a mother and baby. See? And as you notice as well, whenever they have a baby, apologies for coming in there, they replace the bed with a cradle until the child is 2, and then the cradle goes out and the bed returns. Anyway, if you look around in the building, obviously it's quite bare at the moment, it's just stone. I mean, stone is obviously better than makeshift sticks and wood. But if we just take the hammer out a minute, and you can see if you hover over the attic, you can click on to decorate, and then you have your slots. So there's 4 hanging slots available. If I click on this one a minute, and then you have your items that you can hang. Now, they are aesthetic, but they do help the mood. And what I tend to do is I actually put in hanging lanterns. Now, unfortunately, we're nowhere near ready to put hanging lanterns in yet, purely and simply because the technology level isn't up there. We need to be up to level up to 5,000 technology points, and we're only at 2,500 on this particular section. But once in my other games, say once I've been able to once I build a house, because I'm at that level, every house has 2 lanterns in it. You can put them wherever you like, it's entirely up to you. I usually put 2 in, one opposite each side of the room, and they come on at night, much like the lanterns come on in the work buildings now. These come on at night. The only difference in this is that unfortunately with the housing, it isn't automatically put into the as a part of the house, unlike the work buildings, which happened in the latest update. Now again, there are, like I said, little other things that can go in, and all of these may help the mood. So, for example, we may want to put in 2 lanterns, and then you may want to put in 2 hanging decorations. And there's not just that, you've got the wall you can decorate. So you can decorate it with things like shelving. You put shelving in, hanging racks, so you can hang a rack in there, lighting. So again, you know, some of these things are quite new actually. That a candlestick, but then a candlestick, so you need 2 iron bars. You can see how late it is. And then you've got like your trophies, so you can put in any of these if you see fit. And then obviously other bits and pieces as well. And finally the floor, so they call it the foundation. And again, you've got 4 slots, so let's just say 1, you can add in rugs all around. You can probably see where the rug is underneath my foot. If I move back a bit, just come back out of there and then just move away a little bit. And then just click on decorate and put in floor, and then just highlight it. You can see the rugs that are going down, the different types of rug that's going down. And all this comes from fur. And again, depending on your technology levels, depending on what rugs you can have. Okay? So that's kind of inside. Now let's just go outside now. So now we're outside. So basically I mentioned insulation. Now insulation on stone buildings is limestone. So again, with your excavation sheds, you can set your schedule to retrieve limestone, which I have been doing slowly over the last probably 2 years in game. So let's go back over to the shed, and I've probably got quite a bit in here. Not enough to do every house, but to certainly get the ball rolling. So I've got 350. So what I'll do is I'll take out 40 of those, so I'll just get 40 odd or something like that. I'll take as many as I can carry without being totally stuck to move, so I've got 44. And then what we'll do is we'll amble over to the first house. Now before we start, I'm going to go in the management screen and I'm going to show you currently the level for wood in spring is 381.4 firewood per day. So remember that figure as we go in. Get your hammer out again, right click on the mouse, and you've got destroy, remove insulation, add insulation, repair, and build. It's the add insulation we need. So click on that and you can see it all turns blue. And now you can see where we can add in our limestone, and you see straight away the outside turns different. So it's where the limestone's mixed in with the ordinary stone. And no, I'm not going to have enough to do the whole building. I'm going to have to go back and get some more, which is fine. So I need another 4, it's 12, 16, and then front 16, so I need another 22. So we know that there's about 60 odd per house. Now the bigger houses, so the ones with 4 beds in, would need a little bit more. So as you can see, with regards to what's in stock, I've got about 300, so I'd only have enough to do about 4 or 5 houses. Let's just go indoors and finish the rest. That's it. Now, unlike a normal build where it gives you a little alert in the top left hand corner to say the building's been done, it doesn't say that for insulation. So you just have to remember, as long as there's no blue walls, which there isn't, you're good to go. Okay, so we'll look at the management screen again, and it's come down by 7 points, or 7 pieces of firewood, and that's just in one house, and that's in the spring. Now if you imagine in the winter is nearly double what's in the spring, so that would make a difference of about 14 pieces of firewood. Now if we just go over to the normal work buildings, this is kind of sticks, so this would need daub, which is made up of clay and straw. One recommendation with regards to work buildings: I would never insulate a work building until I've got to the maximum level I can get to. It's a waste of resources. So I know at some point that resource 1 will become eventually resource 3, and at resource 3 it must be stone anyway, which means you'd be using limestone. So there's no point in doing daub on work buildings I mean, the excavation shed, I don't think it should get. Yeah, the excavation shed can be done with door because it's only the one level. But things like the smithy, the woodshed, things like that, until you get to the upper level, there is absolutely no point in my opinion, there's no point in doing it. People say, well, what effect does it have with work buildings in regards to firewood? And the answer is none. It doesn't change the firewood requirements because it's the housing that requires the firewood, not the buildings. But what it does do is that by insulating the work buildings, it makes them less subject to often repair. So for example, at the moment, these buildings will need repairing quite a lot as time goes on, purely and simply because they're made of just stick and straw, etc. As you build the buildings up, the requirements are less when you do finally insulate. So we can come out of insulation now. I've got a hammer away, and that's it. Okay, so that kind of gives you a viewpoint of how insulation works, and what will happen as time goes on. I will be insulating every house that I have. At the moment, I just don't have enough limestone coming in because I need copper. Once my mine is built, and that'll be a little way down the line, once the mine is built, then we can look at putting in more into the limestone schedule of the excavation shed, and therefore quickly fill up the coffers and then go from there. Okay, so a little quick tour of our housing area. Last time we were here, you probably get to about here. So I've built a load more houses. As you can see, every house has got stone and it's got a tile roof. So you're already kind of doing the maximum movement you can in that respect. I've got paths along the outside. In fact, I've got another path along here. So let's just do that. Just outside the house. I'll just stop there. There we go. So it's starting to look a little tidier than it did before. Now all this is a mess, as you can see. Eventually what will happen is that all my housing will go around in a circle and everything will then rejoin. Because you can see here also the woodsheds have gone. Level 2 woodshed is now over the work buildings. So the two villages that were working individually on the single woodsheds are now working together on the one bigger woodshed. So that's now over with the work buildings. So there's plenty of room there to put more housing in here. So for now I shall continue with putting housing in here and then make it into a bit of a cul-de-sac eventually. Now because of that, it'd be nice to have some sort of area here where people can meet and gather, etc. At the moment we've got a very small area. So we've got about 12 logs. Now if you're considering the number of, I've got 19 people actually working, and I've got 26 populations to take 3 children. I've got 23 population, including myself, that at some point we want to sit down. So how do we, what do we do to make this look a little bit better? So let's just have a bit of a clear up first of all. Let's just to clear things up. And I'm doing this now while the workers are at work, so when they come back it's ready to go. So again, just clear up bits and pieces as you go along. And I think it'd be nice to actually have the area starting around here. We can build on it as we go along, but maybe some around here. So what we're going to do first of all is I need to get some firewood, I think, because I need to build a couple of campfires. This campfire will be destroyed shortly. Let me just have a look to see what I remember what it is I need. So yeah, so I need stone and firewood. So if I get 24 stone and 12 firewood, I can make 2 campfires. So let's rush on over here. Get 24. Stone. And I need is firewood, but of course I'm going to be carrying encumbered. So let me just carry this first of all. Let's just call our donkey. Where he is. Let's call him again. We'll be around in a minute. Takes his time when he feels like it. Where are you? Totally ignore me. And he's decided. Oh, there he is. He's coming down. There he is. Come on. No, I know. Right, here we go. Let's put the stone in there. Okay. Actually, while I remember, donkeys. I was under the impression that with an animal breeder, they would deal your manure for you, but they don't. So you have to collect your own manure. So my tip to you, if you've got a donkey or a horse, do make it the first thing in the morning you do. Collect the manure. The breeder will feed them, so you haven't got to worry about the feed, otherwise there's no point having an animal breeder. But the point is that you do need to collect your own manure. So what we'll do is we'll collect that for that. Obviously the pigs, that's what the breeder's there for, the pigs, to collect the manure. And I think when you get to doing sheep, it's the same thing. You have manure and also wool. Anyway, let's actually we'll come back to you in a minute. So I need to get the firewood. So and we need 12 firewood. We've got plenty of firewood, as you can see. In fact, I might be looking to dial it down the schedule in due course, because I think we've got more than enough what we need. Right, and let's just ride our friend over. To the area we want to be. Not the best of days to do this because it is quite miserable, but never mind. So, we go here. And probably, like I said, probably put one around about here. So we just get some stone. We'll get 12 stone out. Just get half of it for now. And we will put, oh, wrong one. We'll put a campfire around about here. And then the other one, get the rest of the stone. We'll put it somewhere over here. Say around about here. There we go. Okay. Nothing to do with that. Right, okie dokie. Just collect a few things while I'm here as well, which would be nice. Now, unfortunately, it's not ideal. I mean, the only way that you clear a lot of this that's still standing is when you put stuff on it. Stuff will still obviously regrow. It's like these sticks. I mean, you know, having sticks is fine, but it's making it look good from an aesthetic point of view. That's what you want to look at. Okay, so we, as we said at the moment, we've got 23 people. Shortly it'll be becoming more than that with the children when they grow up. Because once they get to about 6 or 7, they'll start to kind of sit by the fire as well. So I think we're looking really to put in as much as enough as maybe to cover 50 people as far as seating is concerned. So I'm going to get rid of all these. So we need our hammer again, and we need to destroy. We destroy everything that's here. Now you do get some stuff. Well, actually, you do get your logs back actually, which is good news because that's kind of what I was hoping to do. Right. Okay. Now I've done some research checking and also bought some schemes. So again, when we go into the repairs, we'll go into seating, and we're going to, we've got chairs. So let's have, what does it need for chairs? It needs some planks. So we need, so I would say perhaps we have 10 chairs. We need 10 planks and 10 logs. So let me just drop the logs for now, so I can run across. Go and get another 10 planks and 1 log, and we'll spread them about. In fact, I'll get probably a couple more logs because I'm going to need, with this other seating as well, we're going to need a bit more as well. So let's put one, say, around about here first of all. Now you can see it's highlighted which way direction they're going. So if you just rotate it, okay, you can give me an idea of where they're going to sit. So let's just sit that one there. Okay. Now what I want to do as well is I'm going to put another, like a bench next to it. And again, we need lots of planks and logs, but we'll just put another one there. So again, rotate to make sure you've got the right direction. And away you go. So probably let's just put a couple more there, and another one there. Go back to making some log seats. I'll just keep doing that. So let's have a chair, say here, and another one, say over there. Okay, so we are going to need some more planks and logs. So what we've got so far is 2 per seat there, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9. So I don't think we'll get 50 around here. We'll probably get about 25 probably. So that's my initial over calculating. And they're also quite far away as well. But then I suppose it's going to be a big circle. So what have I got left in planks and logs? So I've got 1 log and no planks. Right, let's go and get some more logs and planks, and we'll use our friend here to store them up. I don't want to use all my logs, otherwise it'll be a bit pointless. So let's just go with that for now. Put them in there. Which I'll put the firewood back, so I don't need another firewood, that can go back in. Some more planks. Let's go with another, say 20, 24, 24. There we go. And let's head on out. So again, what we'll do is we'll come here. And again, I'll take a couple of logs out just to get the ball rolling. So again, we want a 2-seater here. I'll probably put another 2-seater here, close to the fire this time, and a 2-seater there. And then just get all the rest of the stuff we need. I'm trying to make as much as we can what we got, so we'll put some more chairs. Oh, there. There's a gap for a 2-seater there. Another one there. Gap for a 2-seater there. Another one there. Gap for a 2-seater each side. Okay, so then we'll put some more 2-seaters in. One, two. I think we might be one short. Actually, we'll put the chair there because there's not enough room. Yeah, we'll put some chairs back in here. There we go. Okay, so we've got quite a nice big gathering now in here. Now the next thing is, quite often they kind of sit out here when it's night time. So let's see if we've got some lighting availability. Let's go to the lighting. And I built up some clay bowls to make some lighting. We need linen thread as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some linen thread. We'll make probably about 6 of them just to put around the fire area. Normal lighting, what will come later along the pathway. In the meantime, it's nice just to have something there to sit outside. So let's put one behind here. Another one there. 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 Which we'll probably need to do another couple, I expect, probably. Put them quite close together. So we need, say, 3 more. So we get 3 more. Got plenty of bowls, just don't have enough linen thread. We'll get 3 more. You're saying, what about the linen thread for the clothing? I've got more than enough flax coming, believe me. So I'm going to worry about that. One there. One there, and the final one there. So as you can see, it's getting dark, so it must be getting late in the day, and they've already been lit. I like the fires, so basically they're already done for them. So they can sit in front of the fire, have a good old-fashioned chin wag. Yeah, so a good old-fashioned chin wag there. Obviously one's already arrived, so that would be the nearest one. Probably I think it was the animal breeder actually was probably the nearest one. Let's move on, talk a bit from the lighting. So he's not getting burned. Come on, that's it. Good, right. So as you can see so far, it's just given us a kind of brief overview on some aesthetics. It makes it look nice. I don't know whether this does make any difference to the mood. Having proper seating probably does, but I'm not 100% certain, so don't take my word for that. But it just makes it look nice. I mean, obviously when the other houses start to appear along this line here, it'll be feel more enclosed, and we'll probably have to put some more out and about. I should probably put in like tables for seating for as if they were having food. Of course, you can't see them eating food because there's nothing to put on the table, unless you disable the rot elements of the game, in which case then you can leave food on the table as if they were having food. But as you can see, it's starting to build up quite nicely. And again, it's just kind of making it look a bit nice. Now what will eventually happen as well, when we just go back into the lighting screen, the lanterns, once the technology is available, I will be putting lanterns, and possibly these as well, the brazier or brazier or whatever they want to call them. I could even put standing torches, but I might wait until I get to there and put lighting along the streets here. So you put them along, say maybe one in the middle there, and then some along along the pathways as you go, just to make this a little bit more of a nice welcome area. As you can see, they're all sitting down nicely, apart from this one who's decided he doesn't want to sit down at the moment for some reason. There's plenty of room for him to sit down. Okay, so on that note, I think it's time that we headed off to our sleep. So we're going to head on back to sleep. And then when we wake up, it will be summer season. So what I'm going to do first of all, oh yes, so what I've done here, unfortunately you can't put these indoors. I've put some wicker baskets outside, and the reason why I've done that is basically I put my clothing in relevant to the time of year. And there are kind of ideal clothing to wear for each season, and some of it we've already got and some of it we haven't got. So for example, in the summer it's suggested that we wear trousers, simple shoes, flat straw hat and a short sleeve tunic, because it helps cool yourself down. In the spring and the autumn, that changed to an ordinary tunic, trousers with cuffs, boots, and a basic hood. Or you can use fur boots, which is what I'm wearing at the moment. And then the winter is suggesting a quilted vest, joined hose trousers, fur boots, long fur hood, and obviously a hat to keep you warm. So like in this case, I'm using the cap, which is what I've got on at the moment. Now, the reason why I've got 3 pots is I have one for summer, one for winter, and one for spring and autumn. And what will happen eventually as time goes by. So if I open this one, this has got all my winter clothes at the moment. And this one has got all my summer clothes. So these 3 here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them out. And I'll actually replace them with the ones I've already got. So he will go in there. Some of the boots. And the linen shirt. Oh, not the hoe. Need the hoe back. Linen shirt. So I need the simple shoes. And trousers I think I've already got. Yes, the trousers I'm already wearing anyway, so that's fine. Okay. And then again go into inventory to it. There we go. And then when we start in the morning, we'll be a little bit cooler. The shirt isn't ideal, but it'll do for now. It's the best we can do at the moment until we can get because the short sleeve shirt does need a bit of it needs a bit of technology research first. Now, one other thing I mentioned was the tip, so I should really kind of practice what I preach. So I'm going to head over to the food resource shed and put away any food that I have in my inventory that could go bad if I leave it in there. Other than that, I shall catch you in the morning, ready for summer. So hi everyone, welcome into summer. As you can see, we're approaching Gostovia. You can also see that the house was here has now gone. I kind of just demolished that early in spring, so before obviously we started this video. So the only 2 buildings that are here now are a resource shed and the food resource shed. And I may have mentioned this before, so I'll mention it again. As you get going, it's a good idea to have a main resource shed outside the big towns, especially places like Hornica, Jessica, things like that, because basically from time to time, if you need to do tasks, NPC tasks down there, or the Herald task in Hornica, it's quite nice to have the resource shed close by, just in case you just want to pick it up from there. So anyway, we're going to head into Gostovia, and we are looking to pick up this wine. So we just need to find out who the person is. And it looks like that they're around here somewhere. And there we go. Whoa, hang on a second. Oh no, it's in here, that's why, sorry, Todder. So let's go into here, it'll be the cook, and basically and she tells you that the wine is an aphrodisiac. And don't need to read between the lines on that one. Okay. Now, also what we need to do while we're here is we'll go and find Alwyn. So we'll again put the journal on quest to track the quest. And we'll go and find him. Where is he to? He's probably down here somewhere. Well, he might actually be back in the fields thinking about it. Because I beat him in the archery contest. I also beat him in bear challenge. You may or may not have got to that point yet. Where you have 8 hours to hunt the bear. Oh, he's walking away from me. There we go. Hold on. There we go. Right. Okay. So he's kind of given up on being an archer. It does mean we need to go and see Gisela. I'm trying to remember. I think, if memory serves me right, she's in... Oh, where's my donkey gone? There he is. Look at the map. I've got a feeling she's over in Lesnica. Okay, so we're going to head over there. However, to cut on a bit of time, and as I've got a bit of money in my pocket, we're going to go by the wagon. Now, I probably haven't shown you this before. You would have seen the wagon. You may have already taken usage of the wagon. As you know, it's coinage, so it does cost you money to go over. but for the purpose of some quests, especially the distance of it, it might be just as easy to do that. So let's have a chat to him. Need a ride. Going over to Lesniger, which is number 9, 230. Okay, let's go. And then all of a sudden, as if by magic, you appear just outside of Lesniger. So we're now going to go and see Gisela. She's up in Hunting Lodge. She's just walking away from me, I think, by the look of it. Got a feeling that's her going round the back of here. Yeah, there she goes. Let's have a chat to her. As she walks away. That's pleasant as always. So he's saying basically that maybe Alwyn can be her apprentice. Alright, she says, I don't see you anymore. Well, you will do because she's a trader, so we will be seeing her again. In the meantime, let's again take the trip back. And yes, I know it's cost coinage, but I don't mind. We've made a bit of money so far on other things, and I think we will continue to do so. Oh, where is it back over here? I think I think I came out the wrong entrance, that's why. There you go, that's why. Because I made a load of flax straw hats recently. Went gathering a whole load of straw by Riverside. I made about 15 straw hats, which gave us about 5,000 coins. So if we keep doing that, that's quite good. Right, head back to Gostovia. Let's go. Talk to Alwyn, so go back into the town. Again, I've got where is he going to be this time? Is he in the pub? No, he's up here. There he is. We tell him that the plans are available. We're saying we're going to give him a great bow. Now we need a recurve bow. Now, as it is, again, because I've played this before, I've already got a recurve bow in my inventory. And that's it. That's the last time we'll see Alwyn. His story is complete. And we're going to head back to see our wife regarding our other quest. In the meantime, I will bring the video to an end, and we'll carry on again for next time. So I'll bid you all adieu. If you've liked what you've seen today, then please click the like button and subscribe. Any comments, by all means put the comments in. Any suggestions that you want to see things again, then by all means we'll go through that as well. But I hope you enjoyed today's content. It'll probably be again a few more seasons before we kick back into the next video, purely and simply on the grounds of that we need to kind of build up again production, get some more villagers in, really trying to kind of build our supplies up. And looking at the food shed from here, I can see it needs repairing as well, so I shall do that off screen at the same time. Anyway, thank you again and see you soon.